Hey guys, it's me Dave. It's 10/14/2021, so it's Thursday already. Oh my gosh, tomorrow's Friday. So the week's been going fast. I mean, I'm exhausted, I tell you. They've been hitting me in the mornings, and then I take a nap in the afternoon, and it's just been exhausting. I feel fatigued, no energy or low energy, and and then it's gloomy outside, so that just adds to it. um it's just been not good, you guys. I'm telling you, man. They're hitting me, and it's not like call for help type of hitting me, but they are hitting me for hours and hours and hours. They started at 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and they won't let me get back to sleep. And I'm laying there, and they're making my feet itch every single morning. And um, today, though, I'll tell you about today. Uh, they were hitting me this morning. They started about 5 o'clock in the morning and make my feet itch. Kind of. Oh, they got some. I'm telling you, they got some scary frequencies. They don't seem to use on other TIs, but they use on me all the time. Not all the time, but every now and then. Um, they hit your brain with the frequency that it makes it feel like you cannot take it. And they were doing that a little bit today. Enough. They're doing it enough today. So I'm laying in bed now. I'm trying to get back to bed and all this stuff. And this was at like five in the morning. And I'm sitting there. I woke up and I'm trying to get back to bed because I got to wake up at 6:30 and feed the dogs. Or no, I didn't have to wake up early to. Yeah, I did have to. I did wake up early today. So I had to wake up at 6:30 and feed the dogs and all this stuff. And they're sitting there hitting me at like 5 o'clock in the morning. And it's this uncomfortable frequency. It feels like, I swear to God, you guys, it feels like you're gonna go crazy, like you're gonna lose it. It's so hard to explain. It's like, oh, they can induce this uncomfortable feeling into you. And they were doing that a little bit, just enough so I can notice and all this stuff. So I'm sitting there laying in bed and all this stuff, and they're doing that to me. And so I'm laying there in bed. I'm like, the State Department did say to report this to the FBI if you're being hit and all this stuff. So I thought, screw it. I'm gonna call the FBI, the local FBI downtown, which is about 3 or 4 miles away. I'm gonna call them. Nobody's gonna be there because it's 6 in the morning. I'm gonna call them and leave a message. So I called them and left them a message, and I was feeling a little off balance, a little motion sickness. They were making my feet itch, all this stuff. And I explained that to them, and I forgot to leave my phone number. They know who I am. They know who I am because I've called there probably 5 times. They know who I am in this town. I've called there like 5 times. They know who I am. But they don't have a current phone number. So I forgot to leave my phone number. So of course no one called me back. This probably won't be the last time I'll call them. I did say, I explained the symptoms. I said they can make your feet itch with these weapons. They can make your whole body itch if they want to. All different places. And I said, I'm feeling off balance, like motion sickness, like my head is being microwaved right now. And then I said, it's really hard to explain. But that's what I feel like. And I said, What was the other thing? I don't know if I can't even think right now. I can't think of what I was gonna say. So something about motion sickness, and my head felt like it was being microwaved, and there's pressure in my head and all this stuff. And I said, well, I did say, I said, what, I don't know what you can do about it, but the State Department told me to report this to the FBI. That's what I said. So, I didn't get a call back because I didn't leave my phone number. They know who I am and all this stuff. They know who I am. I mean, they're involved to a certain point. Like I used to get the big black SUVs in my program. I wrote to the DOD one night. I was desperate, and I wrote to the DOD and asking for protection, and I went over to take the dog to the park, and there was a brand new Cadillac, blacked out Cadillac, waiting for me at the park. Saying, we're here to protect you, but we're not going to protect you against the weapons. Apparently, we're going to let these guys do whatever the hell they want to do, but we're here and we're around, but we're not going to do anything to stop it. They leave that up to me. They leave it up to me to stop this, which means going to the hospital. They're not going to throw me in the psych ward anymore. They pretty much said that the last time I was down there. They said they weren't going to throw me in the psych ward anymore. It costs too much money to do, throw me in the psych ward. It just costs too much money to do that. So, so I don't have to worry about going to the psych ward. I can talk about this all I want, you guys. I can call the hospital, and I can go to the hospital, and they'll have a police officer take me down there and all this stuff, and I can talk about this all I want. They're not going to lock me up. It costs too much money to lock me up. And they pretty much said that. They're like, oh, as long as you're not going to hurt yourself or anybody else, we're not going to lock you up, even if you're talking about this. So we'll hold you for 12 hours and then let you go. And we won't do anything. We won't give you an Ativan or anything to help you out. We won't give you anything. We'll let you lay there, and they'll keep you up all night and everything else. We'll let you lay there and and perp you. The nurses were all perping me the last time I was in there. They were talking all night long. Two nurses were outside my door, and I had my door shut. It was like a sliding glass door in the ER. And these girls were out there talking about going to Walmart and Target and all this stuff. They were talking all night long, keep me up all night. They would not let me sleep that 12 hours that I was in there. But anyway, so I called the FBI. I did what they said. I said the State Department told me to contact you and complain about this. About these attacks, Havana syndrome attacks, directed, or what is that, pulse microwave frequencies. They told me to contact you and complain about this. So, is the FBI are they investigating this? Are they investigating this? Is it a show? I don't know. We know they are involved in these programs. How far can we trust them? I don't know. They're involved in these programs and stuff. I could tell you guys a bunch of stuff. What goes on in my program, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna bash certain agencies, but let's just say they're some of these guys are involved in my program big time. Anyway, so that's what I did. Other than that, I'm getting hit all day. I've been getting hit all day from 5 in the morning till about 6 at night, and they were hitting my head with microwaves, making me feel a little motion sickness and a little dizziness, and you know, they what these guys do is if you read symptoms of like the diplomats and stuff like that, oh, I feel dizzy and this and that and that and this, your attackers, your perps will start to do that. You know, they'll start to do those same symptoms. I don't know why they do it. They just, you know, it's, you know, people were parking close to my car, like inches from my bumper, and I mentioned it on the video, and they kept on doing it, and I took pictures of it and all this stuff, and I was posting them on Facebook and all this stuff. If you talk about it, they do it more and more and more. That's just something they do in this program. It's like they're just not very creative people or something. They just, oh, we're gonna do more. We're gonna do more now. Now we're gonna do more. You know, it's almost like if you complain about this, they made me throw up like crazy this morning. They made me throw up this morning. So, I mentioned that in the questionnaire. They asked, are they, you know, do you throw up? You know, are they making you throw up, or do you throw up or whatever? And I said yes. You know, they've been making me throw up almost once a week. You know, they made me throw up a lot this morning around 6:30. Well, I mean, it was just terrible. You know, to get back at me for calling the FBI. I don't know, you guys. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of going through this every day. I really am. I wish, you know, some people are playing it down. They're playing it down, you know, like the State Department isn't a big deal, and they're not gonna do anything for us and all this stuff. But you know, it's a start. You know, we have come a long way in just the last 6 months. You know, they're admitting these weapons exist. We have gone farther than we've gone in a decade, you know, and they're admitting that people are getting hit with these weapons. That's a huge, huge step for us, you guys. Now, people are playing this down like it's nothing. We gotta send those complaints in, do the questionnaire. You know, it took me 15 minutes to do the questionnaire, because I went through, you know, I've been going through this crap for 6-7 years, you know, and I, you know, I mean, it took me 10-15 minutes to do the questionnaire and sent it back to the State Department. You know, I don't know where it's going to go from here, but if they're saying contact the FBI, if the FBI is investigating this, our complaints, which they're involved in these programs, you know, I hate to say it, but they are, you know. So I don't know how far we're going to go there. I don't know, you know, but there's a little bit of hope for us, you guys, a little bit of hope. You know, they can't deny this forever, and these attacks are going to keep on happening. They're still going to happen. You know, they're going to hit high-profile people. It's not going to stop. You know, it's not going to stop. Who's doing it? I have certain people I think are doing it. I'm not going to say it on camera, but they want this out, and it's coming out, and these weapons exist. It's all over the news. You know, these weapons exist, and they're telling us to call the FBI, and the State Department is having us fill out a questionnaire. And if you still have attacks, call the FBI. Okay, now I'll tell you something important, you guys. Okay, now don't let them set you up. Okay, now don't let them set you up. I got set up, okay? Okay, now when I was getting hit super hard, I called the FBI. I wasn't being hit at that moment. I called the FBI, okay? Now this lady talked to me. They all knew I was being tortured to hell. And this lady talked to me. And she's like, I told her about gang stalking and I'm getting hit with these weapons and all this stuff. She's like, I know what you're saying. She's like, do you feel like your life's in danger? I said, well, not right at the moment. She's like, if you do call 911. Okay, now that was a setup, you guys. That was a setup. I called 911 when I was getting hit super hard. And I got brought down to the psych ward. So be careful if you guys are being hit hard and you're desperate for help and you call the FBI and they say, well, you know, do you feel like you have to call 911 or something like that? If you've never been in the psych ward or anything like that, that could be a trick, you guys. And they could take you and lock you up. So beware of tricks like that. You know, so it could be a setup too. So, but if you're doing okay and all this stuff, and you just want to report this to the FBI and all this stuff, you're able to function and all this stuff, not being hit too hard. And you call them up and you want to report this and stuff, and if they say something like, you know, you feel like your life's in danger, call 911, they might take you down there and lock you up and put you in the psych ward for 3 days or 2 weeks or whatever. So be aware of that, you guys. You know, they play tricks on us. We can't trust them totally. You know, they're still gonna do mind tricks on us. So we can't trust these people fully because they're the ones doing this to us. Well, it's the contractors doing it. The government's gonna say, well, we're not doing anything to these people. It's these people over here. They're the ones doing the torture. You know, that's what's gonna happen. The government's gonna say, well, we ain't doing the torture. It's these contractors. And then you know what the contractors are gonna say? Oh, we're not doing the torture. We're hiring these scumbags. We're teaching them how to do the torture. We're not doing the torture either. It's these low-level scumbags. Lock them up. You know? The criminals. It's a big web of a psyop. It's a big psyop, you guys. You know? They're all in a psyop. Everyone's in a psyop. They don't even know it. You know what I'm talking? These handlers, these torturers, these contractors, you know, they're all, you know, it's all a big psyop and the government is controlling everything. You know, that's the way it is. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. I'm kind of rambling, but be careful, you guys. Be careful what you do out there. You know, if you contact the FBI when you're hurting and they say call 911 if you are in danger, you know, there's a possibility you could get locked up because Havana syndrome isn't known yet to all these doctors and everything. So, you know, they're not going to admit it yet, not yet. So it could be a trap. Don't get locked up, you guys. So if you're hurting, you call the FBI and they say call 911. If you can handle it on your own, don't call 911. They might come and lock you up. You know, so it could be a trap. You know, I hope not, but it could be a trap. You know. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. You guys have a good night. And I'll talk to you guys later.